The health of our nation depends on the health of our farm workers. My name is Haley Jarrett, and my project is Clearing the Air, Uncovering Wildfire Smoke Safety Communication for Spanish-speaking agricultural workers. Woof. So this is a result of my 1.5-year internship with PNASH, or Pacific Northwest Agricultural Safety Health Center, with UW's Department of Occupational and Environmental Health Sciences, where I worked alongside community health workers in the Washington State Department of Labor and Industries. So let's get into background. Wildfire smoke is one of the most serious environmental health threats for agricultural workers. While all communities experience smoke exposure, farm workers face much higher risk because they work outdoors for long hours, often in the counties with the highest wildfire activity in the state. Many Spanish-speaking workers don't receive timely, accessible smoke guidance, which leaves them without essential protective information during smoke events. This gap in communication was the motivation behind my project. And for my research question, how can bilingual social media campaigns improve wildfire smoke communication for farm workers in Washington State? Yay! I pretty much wanted to understand how bilingual posts perform on PNASH's social media account, but I also wanted to know like what specific features make them effective for real people. Let's get into my internship. So during my internship with PNASH, I worked on three main components. I wrote and produced a Spanish language wildfire smoke safety video, which meant I collaborated a lot with the PNASH staff, community health workers, and labor and industry to ensure that everything was like accurate, like when it comes to labor standards, but also that it was like culturally relevant to the population I was trying to talk to, but also just like clear, like anyone could understand it. And then I helped design PNASH's September wildfire smoke social media campaign. That included creating bilingual posts, building a rollout plan and a media kit to share with partners, using location tags for AQI hotspots and targeting, as well as tailoring our algorithmic profile so our reels landed in farm worker feeds and not just like an academic echo chamber. And lastly, I analyzed wildfire frequency and agricultural worker population data to map which counties were high risk. And I also evaluated Instagram metrics like reach, views, and shares from 2024 and 2025 to see how well our content was performing this year compared to last year. And I did both of these using RStudio. Now for the results, what happened? So yeah, we reached tripled, rising from around less than 400 to over 1,500 accounts, most of them being non-followers. What? Video views doubled from 850 to roughly around 1,600. Yeah, almost 2,000. Yeah. And then shares. Now this is good. Shares showed the biggest jump. And like, yeah, it's like from 0 to 8, but that's huge. And honestly, like, I think it's better to prioritize shares than likes because it means people are like, I want to give this to the people I love. Like, what? That's awesome. And I don't know, if you're using Instagram nowadays, like people aren't liking things as much as they used to. So I'm happy with that. And then mapping, we can kind of see like the black ones, the black counties are high fire, high worker population, and then red counties are high fire frequency and low worker population. And so we can see counties that have high fire and high workers would be Chelan, Douglas, Grant, Benton County, and then Yakima counties. Sorry. Across the engagement data, the mapping analysis, and then our outreach stuff, we've learned some lessons. So first content reaches the widest audience, and I was really intentional about this. I didn't want to do like one English post and one Spanish post. I wanted like Spanish and English to be in the same post, and I didn't want it to be like the caption, the whole caption was in English, and then underneath at the bottom, the caption would be translated to Spanish. I do it like English sentence, Spanish sentence, English next sentence, Spanish next section, next sentence. Like I was like, let's do this. Reels works, so I'm creating like a report of these recommendations, and so I'm going to be telling PNASH to invest in some reels and then also to do look into like TikTok, YouTube Shorts because people don't have to follow you to see this content if it's video, which is awesome. We found out shares matter more than likes. That's what we like. So next year they should probably like analyze like what content is share worthy, like what gives people to share. Should you include call to actions like send this to your work bestie or like send this to your son? Hey, partner repost amplified reach. So I was really intentional about this too. Like 15 minutes before I posted something, I would go through like my mutuals or our mutuals and I'd like their posts, I'd like their stories, and then I would post something and then 15 minutes after posting, I would like more mutual stuff. And then it's kind of like one, like we're on the radar, but two, we're kind of like I'm your bestie. You're my bestie. Let's support each other. High-risk counties need targeted bilingual outreach. So I was really intentional about this too. PNASH is on the UW campus, and UW Seattle didn't really have like that many wildfire smoke events. There was one weekend in August, but most of what we were seeing were in Eastern Washington. So when I posted, I would look up like if there are any active fires, like the closest cities to those active fires, which cities in the state had the highest AQI, and then I would like put those cities in the hashtag, and then when posting, I would make the location like that city so that the people in that city could like see it. Matter significance. Okay. This project shows that bilingual data outreach can be fast and meaningful way to reduce smoke-related health inequities for agricultural communities. Improving access to accurate, grounded messages supports worker health and safety, regional food security, and community resilience during climate-related disasters. Wild seasons will grow. And strategies like this will become increasingly important to make sure that our farm workers have the information they need to protect themselves and their families. Thank you so much. Goodbye.